Is you live, ho?
We live, baby.
Is you live?
We
Is you
live,
live?
baby. Let's see what we got. See, I should have had my other phone so I can
Now
do
my
that
stuff is
on my other phone too.
my stuff
At
on
the
there.
same time. Let's see if we
I'm
get some
so
people
light that went out.
roll, rolling up in here.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Viewership, my light is tripping. I don't know what's going on. Viewership, please, please regard me.
Guard.
Please
Guard us,
please regard me. Okay, viewership.
girl. Look like we
We
got people in the room. So if we got two people in the room, baby, I'm gonna need y'all to like the video.
like the video, comment, subscribe. Look at Bella. Bella, see, this is what I'm talking about with this main character syndrome she got. She won't come on here
Wow.
looking like a fucking goddess, and she did tell me. I've been working hard on it. She coming here like a goddess. She got the background going. I mean, this is only episode 2, and her production quality has gone up so much so I will have to finally accept that she's the Beyonce of the group.
We go. If we have to be on, I just want to
She's
be.
the Beyonce of the fucking group. So
I'm not.
welcome. Oh wait, I gotta keep the cursing down because then you can't monetize. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bella, do you care to let the viewership know what we're going to be getting into today?
Yeah, so I really, was trying to see who all up in here because they're not saying nothing in the comments. Like I see 2 people,
Welcome. They
but
chilling. Everybody,
we finna go ahead. I see 3 people, so I
3
hope.
people. Okay, 3 people. Let us know who you are so we can talk to you. We love to talk. We love to talk to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all comment.
Mhm.
So Bella's, I don't know what Bella's doing right now. Bella, okay.
I was trying to see if I had my other phone in here so I can watch even better in the comments and the likes and stuff, so I can get on people's ass for not doing their job because I can't see it on here. Let's see.
Oh, it's not showing?
Yeah, it's not showing. Like I can't tell if anybody liked it or
Oh, that part.
thing like that. Yeah.
Your
So
shit. We're just waiting on some people to come in.
about to see though. We about to see what the dealio.
What the dealio is. Y'all bear
Oh,
with us. We're gonna
peak
get
for
we're
this.
gonna
So
get started shortly.
we literally did no promo this week for this. So that's all I can say. We we didn't promote it or whatever. So yeah, there's that. We got to do better.
My man called y'all. Bear with me.
Did
I
you tell?
told him, babe, I'm on the pod.
Mm.
I'm on the pod, babe. Speaking of relationships, Bella, are you ready to reveal tonight's topic?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I'm just checking in right here to see what's going on. But that's okay. We're gonna get started because it's gonna be recorded anyway. So whoever they catch you later. They can catch you later. Because people gotta go to work in the morning and get the
People
cheering.
gotta go to work in the morning.
Okay, so the topic is deal breakers in relationships. And it could even be platonic relationships. But y'all know we're gonna really focus on relationships because people in their deal breakers is some weird ones out there. And
I
it,
mean, I think we should focus on all relationships because I got a category of things that we can discuss. Because what
mm,
they don't talk about enough is friendship breakups. Now, I'm not saying we get into that today, but there are some deal breakers that could lead to
that could
a friendship breakup.
yeah, yeah. So I completely understand what you're saying. So look, y'all got us for a little hour.
For an hour, starting now.
And there's that. Should I share this in the family group chat?
So they can get up in this thing and act, oh, yes.
Well,
Y'all, our family crazy. That's why our family cray.
Yeah,
just letting y'all know. So if they start getting in this comment section and just saying random stuff, especially my uncle, her dad.
Child, but let me
bear with us.
Let me create a little group with just the wrong folk for real. Cause we gotta be mindful. Let's see. Child.
Also, y'all, we are going to be introducing a new segment
Mm-hmm.
today.
Yes.
And this is for the weirdo creeps, the weirdo creep nation. Y'all know that's been y'all love name. We are introducing a new segment today for the nasties called Weirdo Freaks. In this segment, because y'all love Bella's sex stories, Bella, I'm going to ask Bella a question, and Bella's going to have to tell me about one of her escapades.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I want to talk about an exact escapade.
It's a good question. Just, it ain't going to be an exact, because, we happily relationships. So we got to be respectful. So I get that. But
correct.
We're happily relationships. But there will be a question that you will have to answer during the Weirdo Freak segment, which we will get into 30 minutes in to the pod. So, Bella, are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready. I just sent this in a new. Oh dang! My bad. I gotta
name it.
Yeah, because this also one. Look, I don't know why. I just didn't add the. I had to add just a certain folk.
Now, y'all, the first question I want to ask Bella before we get into this, because we want to unpack some things. When I asked Bella, you know what is the topic going to be today? Bella said relationship deal breakers. I want to know what made you come up with this particular topic today.
So I really honestly was like, let me look up and see if I can see a topic that I really like for podcast, but nothing was really hidden for real. So I don't know. It just came up like, because I was like, okay, cheating, but I was like, well, that's basic. So let's talk about the deal breakers that like might not be the same for everybody. Like some people got some weird shit. They like, if you got ugly feet, it's a deal breaker. Like it's some weird shit.
Like when you're trying to date somebody. Okay. So
yeah,
let's start
across the spectrum of like dating into like I'm in the relationship now. What is a hard no for me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that could break off into like, okay, cheating. And is it smart and wise to take a cheater back thinking that they'll change? Like, what's the halo of that,
Okay, got it. So we're gonna travel through this topic. So then the first question I have for you, when you are dating someone, just getting to know them, y'all haven't clapped cheeks yet, y'all just in the talking stage. What is your deal breaker in the talking stage?
Talking stage, first of all, anything that feels like a situationship.
But this is y'all just started talking.
We just started talking, but you can tell.
What? Okay, give us the symptoms of somebody who needed you into that.
I realized through my research of being trapped into situationships that early on you can tell.
Give us the familiar symptoms.
Yes, we just pink flag it. We just pink flag it.
Well, what's the symptom for the viewership so they know?
The biggest symptoms that somebody is about to try to put you in a situationship is that they're never able to fully tell you what they want when you're talking about wants in the relationship. What do you want?
Oh,
What do you want to do with this? What are you looking for? You know, that's the magical question. And when you say what you looking for and everything is unclear, no direct answers, flag on the play.
flag
Flag
on
on
the play. Viewership, get in that comment section. Has that happened to you when you were in a situationship and you were just starting off talking? If you can reflect back, what were some of the signs that you missed that were like, oh, this person's about to put me in a situationship? What are some other symptoms of oh, this person's about to put me into a situationship?
Well, that's one of the biggest ones. But it's even subliminal ones. Even if you get them to give you a good enough answer where you like, oh, okay, this is a good enough answer. Like that, I'm not too sure what I want either, right? But usually women say that, but really they just not too sure what they want with you. They know they want a relationship. And that's the same thing with those people. They either know if they want one or if they don't. They just don't know what the fuck they want with you. And that's I ain't gonna say that's a in the beginning, that's an orange flag, but it ain't all the way red because they don't know you enough yet. You know what I'm saying? But after some
But
time,
that's not situationship. That's
yeah.
still getting to know somebody.
That's it.
So that don't.
Okay, but first of all, the clarity. So if they are weird on the clarity from jump, even if you just say, "Well, hey, what are you looking for?" and they like, "Oh, I'm just trying to vibe."
Oh,
Dead,
out of here. Bye bye.
dead. It's so dead. I'm just trying to vibe. Dead. Okay, that's one. Two is when you do start kind of like getting to know each other, and you getting you got little pointers and points when you're talking to somebody long enough and they haven't asked you on a date. That's a dead fucking giveaway. Like it is a dead ass giveaway that they finna try to house date you, they homosexual, they're poor, or they don't plan to have a relationship with you at all, and this is just something for them to see what they can get. Whether that's a little booty call, a little sleep at your house every now and then, a meal, whatever it might be. Because a homosexual gonna put you in a relationship, in a situationship fast as hell.
Tell them what a hobosexual is.
Okay, so the world probably know what it is, but just in case for those that don't,
Okay,
homosexuals
we don't know.
sometimes really don't be having nowhere to live, so they find women or men because they're homosexuals coming
Or
on,
non-binaries.
or non-binaries. They come in all shapes and forms. The homosexuals. They're gonna find somebody that they can move in with really quickly, use their car, sleep with them, whatever it might be. And a lot of times the homosexual, they either they play two games. They withhold sex from you to make you feel like that's not what it's about, or they quickly have sex with you to make you feel like y'all are onto something.
Ooh.
And all they trying to do is be on your couch.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So things to look out for with a homosexual. They move fast. They move fast as hell, or they move slow as hell.
Slow as hell with no clarity.
With no clarity. So when dating, deal breakers for someone who's gonna put you in a situationship. That is your deal breaker in dating. Is this person's gonna try to put me in a situationship? How do I know? They ain't gonna be clear on nothing.
Yeah.
They ain't taking me out on no dates.
Yeah.
Got it.
Deal breaker of dating who ain't trying to really like do what people who really date do. It's just always a weird situation of I'm trying to vibe. That's the key word.
Can I add to that?
Mm-mm.
Another familiar symptom of someone trying to put you in a situationship is they don't really ask you deep questions about yourself to really get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a flip side to that. To those, I think the homosexuals do, because they're trying to manipulate.
Them homosexuals is love bombers, so they're gonna feel emotionally safe because they can't buy you because they're poor. So
Exactly.
they're gonna try to make you feel emotionally safe, like, oh, what's up with your family life and blah, 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 all of that shit. but it's just all foo-foo. And I feel like women, a lot of times we romanticize it. So it seems like they're doing
Mm-hmm.
more. It's really not doing anything.
Nothing. Nothing. So
Nothing. We
so there's two.
the whole scenario.
So that goes back to the earlier point, which is someone who's going to try to situationship you. They're going to be on the extreme. They're not going to really be in the middle. Either they're going to love bomb you, or they're going to be so reserved and not trying to really get to know you and just keep you on the outer parameters and not really even share things about themselves. So if a person is not taking the time to get to know you and truly know you, or a person is rushing in a little bit too swiftly, this person may be someone who's about to situationship you. So we
Yeah.
want to stay away from that. So now let's go a step further. Um, you're dating and now you all have decided to be in a relationship, a romantic relationship. What are some of your deal breakers in a romantic relationship?
Whew. A person that cannot communicate their feelings
Oof.
because they get resentful on you because they didn't tell you what was going on and what was wrong, and then now everything is your fault. Because I didn't know. I read tarot, but at the same time, I'm not a mind reader. Um, and that's definitely one big thing because it's like, the communication thing sounds so cliche, but I'm talking about effective communication, like all the way across the board, which means you can listen to me too. Um, a next deal breaker for me is if I come to you with a problem and you immediately villainize me because I told you that something was wrong or something that I did not like, and now it's all my fault. And why am I tripping? And you cannot at least validate my feelings, whether I'm right or wrong. Mm-mm. That's like a snowball into some complete, probably emotional, mental, and verbal abuse at some point.
So we are talking about people who lack emotional intelligence.
Girl, no emotional intelligence. I cannot.
That is a deal breaker
I,
because if a person cannot express themselves and a person cannot feel comfortable with you expressing themselves, they're a person who cannot handle emotions.
at
And that
all.
is somebody you don't want to be in relationship with because to Bella's point, it can start to get emotionally abusive
Yes.
because if a person can't communicate how they're feeling, what they're feeling, then they're probably just going to misuse emotions in general. You want to stay away from that. You want to stay far away from that. Any other deal breakers once you are in a relationship? For those who are just tuning in, we are talking about deal breakers within relationships and we're going through the whole gamut of things. What are some other deal breakers? Bella just mentioned lack of emotional intelligence.
Intelligence. Not validating my feelings, not taking accountability, because all that rolls into one for me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm coming to you with a problem and you immediately tell me, "Oh, you tripping," da 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 da, instead of understanding where I'm coming from and then explaining to me, what the issue may not even be, then to me, yeah, that's lack of accountability. All of that falls. All of those things are the umbrella for other problems that won't be able to
Mm.
be. And the biggest one for me,
Mm.
cheating.
Mm.
Cheating is my biggest deal breaker under the umbrella of disrespect because those two go hand in hand. I feel like it's no way for you to cheat on me and not be disrespecting me. Some people feel like,
Right.
well, you're cheating and then you're not handling me bad in the situation, and you're not. No, it's still disrespect because you didn't have enough respect for me to either break it off with me, um, or to, you know what I'm saying, like
Honor
express.
your commitment. You don't respect me or yourself because you can't
Right.
even honor your own commitments.
Any
You
man
are not the man, woman, or them that
for me.
you claim to be if you cannot honor your commitments. On top of you not honoring your commitments, you're dishonest. So I
Yeah.
can't even trust you at this point. And that's where it's like, okay, like even if I did take you back, which we'll get into later,
Right.
How the hell am I gonna trust you? That's a big deal breaker for me. I cannot. I will be with a dude, do all kind of stuff before I be with a dude that cheats on me. I mean, that
Yeah.
is a problem. That's a problem
Because
for me because I'm like,
honestly, it's so many things that fall under cheating because it's lack of self-control,
ooh,
disrespect, like
ooh,
honesty. The lack of self-control is the biggest thing for me. Like, because
ooh.
somebody that lacks self-control can't lead me.
Unpack. Get
Yeah.
into it.
If you lack self-control, you cannot lead me. Like that, I'm sorry. Like just got said, you can tell me what to do if you can tell me what to do.
Right.
And somebody who lacks self-control, you can't tell me what to do, baby. You don't even know how to control yourself. Like you don't even know
Mm.
how to move through whatever you're feeling in that moment that's even leading you to cheating. Is it just lust? Is there problems at home? Is it lack of something that you feel like you're missing within yourself? Like, what is it? And you can't even take the time to evaluate that before you just go off and get a nut, and then now you got post-nut clarity, and now you want to talk to me now. Like, no.
Mm. Or you feeling guilty
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever the case. That's true. Now that is such a good point. Like cheating does speak to a much larger issue, and you can't tell me what to do after like if you cheat, you obviously are not in a position to lead, and you for sure can't lead my household. Oh honey,
You
what?
don't have no self-control at all.
You can't lead the
Because
household,
sex to
sweetheart.
me is such a minute thing in the aspect of the world and leading a family. Sex is a very minute thing. So literally, it would take you 2 seconds to jack it off, or 2 seconds to say, let me calm myself down and figure out why I'm even feeling like this. Like, I, I come on now.
And to another point, it goes back to let's say cheating in this particular instance is not because a person was just so turned on by this other person.
Hmm.
Let's say this person is cheating because they're going through something emotionally. That goes back to Bella's earlier point about the lack of emotional intelligence. There were
Right.
so many things that happened before you cheated that were bothering you, that were getting to you, that you did not express.
At
Let's
all.
say this is in the case of a person who didn't express it. Let's say this is not in the case of a person who was talking to their partner and couldn't get through. And even then, like Bella said, give me the option by letting me know where you're at with things and letting me go instead of keeping me here while you go on your cheating spree, but then you got me at home so you feel safe because you got me at home.
Right.
No. So yeah, definitely cheating is just like more than it is you maybe like I'm not gonna lie. If I got cheated on, which I feel like I had got cheated on with one of my exes, or not even just cheated on, like I feel like you can be cheated on in a situationship.
Mm. Talk to her now.
If we're agreeing upon getting to know one another and we have decided we're focusing on us, we're trying to take this to the next level, and you start off, I mean you go off and you're hard up dating other women once we've established that you and I are working towards being together, and you tell me the last time I talked to you that you weren't sleeping with other women, and then we're working on our thing, and then next thing I know you're sleeping with other women. It's like, no, we're not together, but we had established that we were working towards that commitment. But that goes back to what Bella said. A person in a situationship will have you in that limbo state
Yeah. Yeah.
so that they can do whatever they want. This is a person who
Yeah.
wants to do whatever they want and have no accountability about doing whatever they want because
Like,
they're not cheating on you.
yeah. When you bring it up, it's like, well, we aren't. So to lead into what you said, right? This is why me as a person, and this could be completely wrong, but this is like my opinion. After dealing with situationships and dating and whatever, however, I really no longer believe in that. Well, let's see if we can work up to being together.
Me too. Hard up. Don't believe in
I
that anymore.
It's stupid to me. That is fucking dumb.
Very,
Because at
very.
the end of the day, if you really want to commit to me and then we do that, if things don't work out, we can always break it off. You want that gray area so you can say, well, we ain't together. Because what the fuck does that even mean? Like, okay, so we're gonna get to know each other, and then we're gonna like keep seeing it. We're gonna not talk to anybody else so we can see if we want to be together.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, when we are talking about heterosexual relationships, it's
Mhm.
usually the woman who stops talking to other people,
Hello.
because as women, typically we start getting feelings for a dude. We just have no desire to
Correct.
talk or date other men, right? And people take advantage of that feeling of like, I don't want to be dating other people. I don't want to talk to other people. But the fact of the matter is this: we're not saying that it doesn't take time to get to know someone. We're not saying that you shouldn't date them, but there should be progress.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's just me, you don't really need more than 3 months. If you know that you are ready to be in a relationship,
Right.
and you are looking for someone who is also ready to be in a relationship and the kind of relationship that you want, because let's be clear, you got to be clear on the relationship you want. And
Right.
as women and in heterosexual relationships, I can't speak to other relationships because I don't know if the dynamics are similar. It could be different. I'm not sure. But from my perspective, we will say, like Bella said, oh well, I guess I'm trying to figure it out too. No, good and damn well we want a boyfriend. No, good and damn well we want a husband.
You just want to see.
Like
I'm not rushing it. I'm not. Girl, shut the fuck up, please.
shut
I
the
told
fuck up.
video and I was doing a voiceover. I was getting dressed, but I did a voiceover and I said, show me a woman that wants to be in a situationship, and I'll show you a woman that don't like you.
Doesn't like you.
She don't fucking like you, bruh. She
She
don't
don't
care about
like you.
you. Don't like you. It's fun for her at the moment. She don't like your ass. Any woman that's just like, oh, let me see. Women ain't let me see type of people unless we ain't sure about your ass or we don't like you at all.
Unless we really like somebody else for real.
Hello.
Now I'm sorry, y'all. I had not seen the comments because, hey, Vicious Vixen, I have not seen the comments because I had my thing zoomed. Go ahead, Bella. Read the comment.
Cheating feels like the easy, not better choice because people aren't willing to grow as an individual or as a couple. Improvement is hard work, but people don't want to put in that work. Hello, somebody.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about how being with someone who equally and also wants to be with you, how that is work. When you are not dating people on the side, you're not cheating. Like Vicious Vixen said, like, you do have to, oh wait, I got to communicate with you. But when you are in a situationship and you're dating other people and this person's getting on your nerves, you can just give it space and go over there and be with whomever.
With whoever.
And you don't even have to sort it out. You come back and it's like, oh, whatever, I'm over that because I did this over here. But it require, and it requires a level of vulnerability.
Yeah.
To say, I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket. And yes, I may be hurt. And yes, this person might break my heart. Or yes, they may not be trying to break my heart, but we're going to have issues. And I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to have anybody else trying to stroke my ego, anybody else trying to make me feel good, me posting thirst traps so that people will tell me how fine I am. I'm going to stay committed in this relationship in every way. I ain't going to be texting my old thing.
Right.
Oh, because we not having sex. No. I'm doing none of that. I'm going to be in this relationship and I'm going to commit to this relationship in every way. It takes a lot of guts to commit to another person, which is why you have to choose wisely, which is why we're going over deal breakers, because the problem isn't always that people don't know how to uphold boundaries sometimes, as it is people don't know what their boundaries are. So it is imperative that you know what your boundaries are in each and every relationship that you are in. Now, let's get to platonic before we get to the cheating question that we have a little bit later. So, platonic relationships, what are your deal breakers?
Platonic relationships with like friends and stuff, or family is when there's literal no, it seems like there's never any solution to whatever we got going on, whatever issue we have. It's always a bumping head. It's always us arguing. It's always us getting into it. It's not like that. I will not repeatedly be in a toxic situation with somebody that I'm not even sleeping with.
What's always bumping heads and always are like, give me a little more. What does
I
that look like?
honestly, it's like unless you're just a problematic person, then that's you, and that's something you need to take care of. But it's literal no way that I can have successful relationships with everyone. But when it comes to you, this one person, I have to constantly fight for my life. Yeah, that's a problem for me. Like, because obviously whatever I'm doing is working for everybody else. So now I'm feeling like you're just a problematic person. It's nothing that I'm ever going to be able to do that's going to be okay for you. It's going to always be something. Nothing is ever going to be good enough. And usually those are the same people that don't respect boundaries. So the minute you create a boundary, now they out. You don't even hear from them no more. The minute you create I ain't have to stop talking to you because you done stopped talking to me. The minute I created a boundary that was not beneficial for you, you was done with me.
That's the thing, y'all. You want to know if you got a user in your life? Say no. Say no. Just say no.
Yeah.
You want to know if you have someone who doesn't respect you? Tell them, I can't do this right now. I'm just not going to be able to do that. This is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And if they now, of course, you know, sometimes these conversations are tough. And it may be a little rough to have this conversation, but a person should respect your boundaries. What does respecting your boundaries mean? Like, if I ask you not to do something, don't do it. If I ask you not to do something, don't get upset with me because I'm asking you not to do something. If someone's getting upset with you, if someone's being mad at you, or someone's not even like taking heed to whatever your boundary is, they don't respect your boundaries. A person who does not respect your boundaries does not know how to love you properly. And they should go.
And then also too, on the flip side of that, you know, if you have somebody that also is constantly trying to make you walk on eggshells with just ridiculous boundaries to make you feel as though you have to constantly be like around them, that's another deal breaker for me, because it's no way that as a person that's supposed to love you, your friend, your sister, your whatever, that I should feel like I gotta walk on eggshells with you like you an abuser or something. Like, that's a lot for me too. That's a lot.
You should be able to be yourself. There's levels, because then there's boundaries and there's people who
thing you low key taking offense to, even if it ain't got nothing to do with you. You triggered at every little piece of thing. That's too much for me. That is too much for me. Because if you know me, then you should know that I would never do anything malicious or vindictive to you. So if I'm talking to you, if I'm being honest with you, and I'm telling you some things, just take it as that. Like, why you gotta be acting like somebody always out to get you. People who feel like somebody else out to get them, I'm like, look, maybe we could be friends again after you get therapy. Because I can't operate like that. I can't operate.
Too. That's another thing
of narcissism, because everything ain't always about you, baby. Nobody's trying to attack you all the time. Everything ain't always about you. We're not even talking about it. And those same people, a lot of times, they can't communicate and tell you what they feeling. They just start acting weird with you. I can't do that either. My abandonment issues be screaming, and I just can't. And if I tell you now, I'm the type of person that's honest though. I will tell you like, hey, there's something that I did. Please talk to me. If you ignore me, if you know what I'm saying, like ghost me, if you disappear on me, that does not work well for me. I don't do well with that. It gives me anxiety. It messes with me. I would prefer you to tell me what's going on so that I can correct it because I'm obviously not trying to hurt you. Or even if you thought I was, let me know so that I can correct it. Because if I really wasn't, I'm going to correct it with no problem, right?
Right.
Why?
And that
Why
goes back to
ever long and you ghosting me for fucking days? Like that shit is weird to me. It's weird.
it's weird. It goes back to the lack of emotional intelligence. Not being able to communicate where you are at. People who victimize themselves, yeah, there's a difference between needing support versus victimizing yourself. Yes. And there's a difference between a boundary and someone with control issues.
Hello.
You gotta know where you fall. You gotta know where you fall into that because don't try to create a boundary when you're just using that to manipulate and control because that's not a boundary. That's something else. That's again, and this is a judgment-free zone. You might be listening to this conversation going, do I do that? You might be. And that could be attached to something much deeper that you need to unpack. In that case, please try therapy. I'll tell you, I've been in therapy. There's so many things that were issues of mine that I had to work on that weren't even directly necessarily related to what was going on in the present, as so much it was like my unhealed child and trauma that was showing up in my adult life as something else, like a control issue, or showing up as something like a lack of a boundary. Like, so there's so many things that we have to heal from that may cause us to act out and be people and be ways in relationships and that are not beneficial to us or others. Okay. So, 10:50. Here we are. Okay, we are 30 minutes in. So now we are at our new segment, and then we're going to get back into our topic. Mm-hmm. So our new segment, which is for the weirdo creeps out there, the weirdo freaks. Bella knows y'all like to know about sex. Y'all like advice about sex. Y'all like stories about sex. So this is for the freaks. So Bella, what are your bedroom deal breakers?
Oh, bedroom deal breakers. So prior to, now, I wouldn't have said that this was one of my deal breakers because I didn't really think about it like that. Until I met somebody who was the complete opposite of this. And now I would know that, in the past, because baby, this is my last name. So
okay.
This is my last name. But what would be a deal breaker is somebody who's selfish in the bedroom.
Honey.
You selfish, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And I'm very, very dominant, but I feel like even though I am dominant, that doesn't mean that you are allowed to be selfish.
Mm-hmm. Unpack selfish for the viewership who may not understand.
Selfish is really like you're not concerned with if I get there or not. It's kind of like it's whatever. Not even saying you rush through the process of the intimacy, but no matter if I got there or not, you gonna do what you want to do. You're not even interested in like, I feel like a man that knows his body is gonna be totally different because they're gonna know, like, okay, let me make sure she get hurt in whatever way possible, whether that's oral, the finger play, toys. Let me make sure I get her hers because I know that once I get off up in that thing, I might not be able to hang in that thing long enough for her to reach her peak because yes, women do take longer, right? So even just showing the selflessness is let me, whatever I gotta do outside of the actual sexual act, penetration, whatever, let me make sure she get her. Mm-hmm. So that even during that moment, if she just so happens to not reach it there, she has reached it. So you know what I'm saying?
Right. So viewership, we lightly did tap on this last week, the selfish lover. So viewership, if that's you, if you're at home right now and you're like, dang, after I get mine, I do roll over. Let me tell you something, viewership.
Stop it.
I'm not gonna sex shame you tonight, but I am gonna tell you this. Whatever sex you think you're having as a selfish lover, let me reassure you that the sex you will have when you become a caring, intentional lover, when you become a selfless lover, let me express to you the orgasm that you are going to have when you start taking care of your partner. I've had to explain this to somebody before. Long time ago. Long time ago.
Baby,
Long
44
time
and
ago.
7 years ago.
7 score. I had to explain to them. I said, okay, so you see that what just happened there? This is why. You see how that felt when I reached my peak? Do you see how amazing that was for you? That is why it's also important for you to care about me getting to that space.
Yeah.
But I will say this. A person who does not care about pleasing you is a person that you should not be sharing a bed with. This is a person that you don't even need to be in relationship with.
Hello, baby. I was waiting on it, baby, because look, if he can't even care for that, the pleasing and the pleasure of it all, because having intimacy is like one of the greatest feelings you can have in the relationship, whether it's just intimacy, non-sexual intimacy, or sexual intimacy. So if he cannot care for you even in sexual intimacy, which is like the most vulnerable that you can be, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, then this person,
They're not for you.
they're
They're
not.
for themselves, and
They're not.
they should please themselves, because that's probably what they spend a lot of their time doing. This person is a selfish person. And again, viewership, if that's you out there, I'm telling you, go get it together. Get it together. Get it together.
Yeah, definitely get that together. That is for sure one of my
deal breaker.
Yeah, that's one of my deal breakers for sure.
And
it just
I gotta throw this out there too. Don't let a mofo try to lie to you and act like they got pre-ejaculation issues. Okay, baby, you got pre-ejaculation issues. Good for you. What that mouth do, what that hand do, what the, like, your partner should want to, even if it takes you mad long to come, right? Your partner, if they are a selfless lover, wants to explore your body, because a partner that wants to please you is going to be searching for that thing on you that's going to get you there. They want to know what it is. They want to press that button.
It make them feel good. Like, I definitely, again, I know now that somebody who really, really care about you, it gets them to the highest level of peak when you have the highest level of peak, and they are 100% certain and they know exactly what's going on. They, like, honestly, we be having full breakdowns like after the act, like talking about it, complimenting each other on what was good, all of that shit, because it's important to both of us that both of us was happy.
And okay, now this is something I do want to bring up. Viewership. Now, since we are still asking Bella questions, we're going to ask her advice here today. Bella, let's say you had a partner who is not, they're not getting you where you need to go. Maybe they have pre-ejaculation issues. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just ain't hitting the spot the way they need to hit the spot. Maybe their rhythm is off. Maybe they're not getting you, wet enough first. what advice would you give to someone in that relationship who is with someone where they're not being pleased, and maybe their partner isn't a selfish lover, but their partner is just not quite giving them what they want? How should that person approach their partner?
You got one or two ways. While in the act, you can lead and guide and take over and show. But some men, they may not work well with that. So you're gonna have to open your mouth. Like you're gonna have to, unless you want to be dissatisfied your whole relationship. And that's gonna lead to an end. And that might be the only thing that's the issue. But at the end of the day, sex is a big deal. People can make it seem like it don't matter. It ain't this. Sex falls under the umbrella of intimacy. It's a way to outwardly and physically show how much you care for a person. So open your mouth. Really, Jake. Oh my God. Open your mouth and say what you need to say to that person, because it's all about your delivery.
There we go.
And if you are in relation with somebody that listens to you, can understand what you wanting, what you're looking for, they don't, they validate your feelings and all of that, then it's no different for a sex talk. It's all under the umbrella of you have a listener for your person. So with that being said, hey, look, I know, we haven't learned each other's bodies yet, but I'm feeling like we, kind of all over the place. Here's some of the things I like. Or you can do little slick shit like play a game. Play a sex game that asks questions. Then that way you can say what you need to say without it being offensive. If you feel like you don't want to hurt their feelings, get creative with it. Like, okay, I'm going to get this card game. This card game is going to ask certain questions. That way, it's an intimate night because we're talking to each other. We opening up. We low key on a little date, but I'm also getting my point across.
Right. And I would even recommend that idea for lovers who are satisfied. Because you may find, because sometimes it's like, especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time and you do know your partner, you may think that you all their fantasies, maybe you don't. So even opening up the door to communicate about sex is good for people who are enjoying their sex life. But I would say this. I would say, like Bella said, you can play a game. You can also say, babe, is there anything that you want to explore sexually that we haven't tried yet? Is there something that you would like more from me? And you put it on yourself first. And then they might feel comfortable saying, you know what, babe, sometimes you use your teeth when you get hit, like whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And when you get hit, I don't really like that. Or, last time you were sucking my nipples, it was a little hard, whatever the case may be. And then you can reply like, okay, babe, I'll work on that. And then you can reply back with whatever, something that you would want to try. I'd really like to try this. And like Bella said, compliment your partner. I really like when you do this. Can you do more of this? You have to find ways to communicate what you need sexually. That is a part of being an adult. It's not about hurting your partner's feelings, but if they're not ready to, like a vicious vixen is saying, some people will be ready to defend their inadequacies or faults instead of just being honest. Hey, listen. And that's why if this person doesn't have emotional intelligence, it all goes back to that. If they don't have emotional intelligence, you for sure not going to be able to have a conversation with them about sex. So, Bella, we got about 18 minutes. Y'all get up in that comment section, y'all. Ask us some questions. So thus far, for those who are just tuning in, we are talking about relationship deal breakers. We've gotten to when you just started dating. Bella said no situationship or situationship type symptoms. That means this person is not coming to you with clarity, and this person is not taking you on dates. They gotta go. Romantic. If they deal breakers for romantic relationships, bad communication, they gotta go. Lack of emotional intelligence, they gotta go. Platonic, when you Bella said that if a person, you're just unable to resolve any issues, there's always a problem with this person. You're always taking offense with anything that you're doing. You can never do anything right. I mean, it just starts to feel like they're just trying to control you. You got to walk on eggshells. That's a deal breaker. Now, let's see. How do we want to finish this? Do we want to, viewership, let us know. I have a question. We can answer the take a cheater back, or we can make that another topic that we do a full hour on.
I feel like it's gonna need a full hour.
Or we can go through the other relationships that you may find as deal breakers. I think we're gonna need a whole hour for that. Let us know in the chat because we listen to y'all.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a whole hour on.
We're gonna need a whole hour on just the topic of cheating.
The cheater back, or deciding not to. Like, the dynamics of that is crazy. I ain't even gonna say where I stand, but yeah,
we're gonna need a whole hour. We might have to get into that next week. So Bella, for those who are just tuning in and don't know, Bella is a creative. She is a multidisciplinary artist, entrepreneur, and creative individual. So Bella, when you are going into a creative venture with another person, what are your deal breakers?
What you mean?
If you are working with a producer, if you're working with a photographer, if you're working with or if you are on the other end of that, if you are the makeup artist, if you are, you're the creative director, whatever. What are your deal breakers when in a creative relationship?
Child, first of all, is bad communication gonna be top for me? Because how the hell we gonna get anything done and we can't talk? And bad communication might not even just be somebody that's not communicating, but it could be a person that doesn't fucking listen. Mm-hmm. Don't take anything into perspective aside from their own. Not interested in no new ideas from anybody else. Not like all of those things fall under the communication for me. Like, if we working together, even if you're the producer, right? If I'm the rapper, you the producer, I may have an idea, in reference to your production. That doesn't mean you have to take it. But if you're not even willing to listen to me as an artist myself, like, what are we doing? And it's the same for me as the producer. If you can't come to me and be like, okay, Bella, in this part, you need to do a little softer. You need to change your tone. You need to change your pitch. I think it'll sound better. And I'm like, no, I'm doing one tone, this whole thing. Like, I'll even try it. If it don't work for me, then cool. But we can try it. Like, somebody who's so maybe that falls under more of closed-mindedness in creativity. Yes, this is your thing. This is what you do, but we're working together. So we should be able to collaborate and discuss both parts of whatever our job is.
Definitely. Like, it has to be collaborative, because if not, what's the point? One thing I will say is my ultimate deal breaker. There's like three things. One, lateness. I am a musician and I book studio time. And let me tell you, studio time at a good studio.
Yeah.
First of all, it's literally time is money because you're paid by the hour.
Okay.
People who show up late, it's like, I'm paying you to be here. And you're showing up late. You have the rest of us waiting on you, and you are literally wasting my money. Hello? So people who are late, I cannot creatively. People who are too rigid. I'm the type of person, I have an idea. I'm like a bullet point type person. I'm not going to be no whole paragraph. Let's hit the points and then freestyle after that. Yeah. Everything that I do, like when I make my music videos and all that stuff, every single shot is not planned out to the T. There will be a lot of shots that are planned so that I have a base. But you have to be able to be like water when you collaborate with me, because I want to change some stuff up. Hey, Raven. Hey, Rebecca. So creatively, you gotta we're talking about, for those just tuning in, we're talking about deal breakers. And right now we're talking about creative collaborations and what our deal breakers are there. So you gotta be on time. You gotta be able to go with the flow and not be too rigid, but you also have to be able to follow some rules. And there's one more thing. Ego. Ooh, no. You can't have no ego because I don't have one. You know, I can be the one that's hiring you to do a job for me, and I still will take the approach as if it is your project in a way too, because that's how I look at a collaboration. I
Yeah.
want us to work together. That's how we're going to get our best sound. But if this is going to be the you show, and this is going to be the you concert, and it's going to be the you everything, I just don't want to be a participant because I'm not going to enjoy myself, and
Yeah.
it's not going to turn out good. The best music, the best anything is the best when no one has an ego. As soon as you throw ego in the mix, you're done. You're cooked. Throw the whole thing away.
Throw it all away.
Throw
But
it away.
honestly,
Okay.
professional relationship literally is damn near the same as a relationship. Because even in a relationship, I need you, child. Me and my poor man, we be going at it. Timeliness, timeliness. My God, I need you to be able to flow through things and to understand things and to have an open perspective. It's literally kind of like the same shit for me.
Yeah. Got to be on time. Got to be on time. And this is the thing, mistakes happen, but communicate. If I said be at the studio at 9, you really need to be there at the very least at like 8:55ish.
Yeah.
But let's say you show up at 9. Okay, cool. If you're not going to be there at 9, I should know before 9 and well before 9
Right.
that you're running late. If I have to contact you first to ask you where you are, that is a problem.
Yeah, as the professional, that's crazy. As the person hired, that's insane.
Insane. Okay, Bella, we have 10 more minutes left. I'm going to open this up for questions, but then also, I want to ask, what is your deal breaker in a mentor mentee relationship? Whether
Uh,
you be the mentor or the mentee.
um, whoo, I ain't gonna lie, I struggle with some mentors because, especially at this grown age, you would definitely have to be somewhat of a mentor, like I would be to people. Because if you do too much treating me like I'm a kid and that you just not professionally mentoring me, that's a problem for me. You're not
Mm-hmm.
my mother. You are my mentor. So as long as I'm following what you're talking about, if I'm following instructions, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing on my end. Don't ever come at my neck like I'm a child.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big problem for me. And I feel like sometimes people in mentorship lanes, they get like a God complex and they
Mm-hmm.
start tripping. Like, simmer down, sweetie. Simmer
Mm-hmm.
down. I'm not a kid. This ain't the Boys and Girls Club, baby.
It's
Calm down.
not.
That's a big issue for me. And the same thing, a mentor who doesn't listen as well. Because even if you're mentoring me on something, I have my own perspective of things. I should be able to express to you, well, hey, I feel like this about this thing. What do you think? Like, don't immediately always just shoot me down before I'm even able to express what I might be feeling. Don't make me feel uncomfortable to where I feel like I just have to listen to you and I can't even put no input in.
Right.
And
Right.
as a mentor, don't make me chase you down to get you the things that you need. I'm not doing that. I'm not your mama. I'm not your babysitter. I'm somebody that's trying to mentor you to help you out, but I'm not overworking myself. I'm not doing that.
Yes.
So you need to be proactive, and if you're not, then we can go ahead and end this mentor mentee relationship because I don't got the energy.
That too. I will say too, my thing is don't make me chase you down, but also as being a mentor to someone, if I give you an assignment, complete the assignment. Do not come to me halfway with an assignment, pretty
Mm,
much asking me to do the assignment for you. No, I will assist you. I will give you feedback, but
right.
I will be able to tell when you're just phoning it in and throwing something together in hopes that I just fix all of it for you. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Don't
Correct.
ask me for things and then ask me for advice and then not follow through. Do you have to do exactly what I said? No, you do not. But don't waste my time. Like, if you gonna be for real, be for real. And
Correct.
in the case of me being the mentee, I need you to remove your ego once again. Because if you put me on game and I start getting dope at something, I need you to know you're still that guy, that girl, or that them.
Yeah.
And with your help is how I was even able to get better. And I appreciate you.
But don't try me.
But I don't owe you. I don't
Yeah.
owe you.
Don't try me though.
Don't try me.
Try God.
Try God. Okay, so we have 6 minutes left. Bella, do you want to throw out any potential topics for next week? Do you have any closing remarks? Do you have
So
anything you want to say?
okay, okay, dry throat. Um to the people that have been watching, I don't know who's left in here, but or even the people that come later and in the comments, I feel like this one kind of came off more like a teaching style, right? So I kind of want your opinions on, how you prefer things. Like this like, this was kind of more like interview style, teaching style, making points, talking about them. Do y'all prefer this or like the full comedic approach where we talk about the same things, we talking about, we saying all the same shit, like, we giving the same pointers, but it's not as structured. It's more like a conversation versus getting a lesson. Because this one was very like therapy like, which I liked. But it's very like therapy, what do they call it? Like dating coach-ish. It was much more of that versus vodcast. So I don't know, and it was still vodcast because most vodcasts they do still have like, direct questions. But I'm just saying, I feel like with this one we gave a lot of advice versus just asking questions. Let me say that. Asking questions, answering, and joking around. We went a little deeper and it was a little more structured. So what do y'all like? Do y'all like a nice blend? Do you prefer more of the like teaching structure style, or it's like, okay, just
I think it also depends on the topic, but
okay,
y'all let us know, because we were getting a deal breakers, but we can next week we'll try to mix it up. And
okay, I like that, Vixen. I like that. Okay,
awesome. I like that. Both felt very natural. Okay, awesome. So we'll mix it up because I think it does depend on the subject matter. And maybe we'll have 1 week where we're just straight up giving you advice. In those cases, we would love for y'all to submit questions.
yes,
Maybe some. Well, we're still figuring out. We're in episode 2, so it's up to y'all. Last week. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying you're right. We still figuring out how we want to do this.
We still figuring out format. So you all really are our collaborators and co-hosts. You all will help us decide the formatting of everything. So I think a good thing for us, again, like Bella said, we need feedback. So if it's like, hey, this thing I really, really like, can we see more of that? It's just like we were talking about our sex. Where you're trying to give your partner feedback on how to give you good sex.
Right.
You tell them what you like. So let us know what's something that stood out to you, what's something that you really liked about this episode, what's something you want to see more of. And compared to the other episode, let us know what you liked about that episode and what you would like to see more of. And feel free to just throw out random ideas that you would just want to see from us that maybe you haven't seen at all yet, because we love that. Anything else, Bella?
No, I don't have anything left for the collaborative aside from that. Um, yeah, let us know what y'all want to see. Throw out some topics in the comments if you want. You can also email me as well at bella.laveau if you want to send in some questions. I am going to be back on, I'm officially saying it. I'm gonna be back on the YouTube. I have gotten the things that I need to return or to feel comfortable enough to return. Let me say that. So I haven't decided if I'm going to, because I literally am doing this like this, and my viewers probably like, girl, go away. Cause how you just come back with a live and you not even telling us what happened, why you ain't been here, like what's the deal? So I don't know if I want to do it live style or if I'm gonna just sit down and record a video and post it, because I have to do my typical YouTube. Where have I been? You know, the YouTubers, we be doing the fucking most. Where have I been?
I think that should be a video.
Yeah. So
Just because, and it can be different parts too, probably. Like part one, this is one thing that was going on. Part two
yeah.
is, and then just kind of lead people into all the different.
So
Unless you want to do it in one video.
before I just pop up with a random vlog, I'm gonna do a sit down video. I'm gonna do a sit down video and just kind of discuss the MIA-ness that happened on YouTube, which honestly, you know, it wasn't like some horrible thing, but it was definitely some creator issues. So I can talk to y'all about that. Um, you know, for those, especially those that had not been tracing me on TikTok, because guess what? I wasn't even consistent there either. So there's that. But I went ahead and I was like, okay, you need to get another battery for your camera, because I literally lost my battery and charger. I have no idea. The house ate it. Monster House ate it. And it just kept making me say, oh well, I don't have a camera to sit down, because I do not film my YouTube videos on the phone. So I just feel more comfortable with the camera, probably because I'm an old school YouTuber. I don't know. But of course that requires a lot. It requires me to set up the camera. It requires the lighting. It requires, just like with a phone. But now I gotta remove the card from the camera and I have to work on the computer. But honestly, I want to do it that way versus the phone, because I absolutely despise the phone and it makes me not want to do anything. Because if I have to continuously, I already got to edit on the phone for Instagram and TikTok. So if I have to edit long form 2-hour vlogs on the phone, I can't do it. Like I hate the phone. Like I literally have my phone on do not disturb. I literally like I use it so much. We have to use it so much that I just could not take another minute of doing something long form on the phone. Like I just couldn't. It's like sometimes I pick up the phone and I'm immediately anxious and annoyed because I've had to be on my phone all day. Oh, check the email, check the bank account, do this, do that, like all on the phone. The phone constantly ringing, this and that, and I just be like, I cannot do work on the phone. I just cannot do work on the phone. Now with TikTok and stuff, that would be crazy for me to do way extra work and not edit on the phone. But I'm gonna save my phone time of recording and things for TikTok and Instagram. Like I have to do my vlogging and all of that on cameras, and I don't know. It gets very frustrating doing things with your phone. You trying to do shit, people calling. It's just too much. Too much. Let me not go into a rant about that. But so I have decided, okay, you know what? I have even made the decision to say I'm probably going to rid my home of a guest room, and I am going to create it and turn it into a full-blown office for myself. I know. And take my computer out of my room to give me more of a sense of me actually doing this for work so that I can be serious about it and not me
Oh
to
my gosh.
open, because me removing my guest room is a big deal. Like This is
YouTube viewership. Do y'all know? Y'all must have, I don't know what y'all did. Y'all must have got up in that comment section last week. Y'all must have been contacting Bella, because if Bella is talking about coming back to YouTube for real, y'all, let me tell you. I don't know what y'all did, but y'all better keep doing it.
Look, I know that I was serious because I even asked Ricky last night. I said, if I start back vlogging, and we out together and we doing things, whatever. I was like, you don't even have to be in the videos. He's not that comfortable with being on the internet. So I'm like, you don't have to be in the videos fully or at all if you don't want to. But would it be uncomfortable for me to be doing these things in public a while with you? So I knew that I was getting serious about it when I was like, wait, let me even talk to him and see how he feels like when we out on dates and all of that type of stuff. And he was like, no, it's fine. He was like, it don't bother me. He was like, you don't realize how much you pull out the phone, like to record memories? I said, yeah, but they're not being recorded for a professional thing that I'm trying to build back up. Because if I'm claiming that I want to really make this a thing, at least for the next 5-10 years that I'm making money from it, I'm gonna have to really be doing the shit. So that's a whole different feel versus me taking the phone and just getting little short little memories and me having a full-blown camera vlogging, and shit like that. So yeah, he was like, child, you always pulling out their phone to record something. So it's fine. Like, if that's what you want to do, I don't have no issue with that. Like, it don't bother me at all. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
all right, viewership, y'all done brought Bella back. Now, Bella, we're glad to have you back on YouTube. I mean, it was an interview style kind of vibe. I think the viewership misses you and wants to know more about you because you've been gone and they're tired of your shit.
Yeah.
Now, viewership, please tell Bella that she needs to come back and she needs to get y'all that video ASAP mob, okay? Like, y'all need to know what's been going on because she got a man. She just bringing up her man. Y'all don't know who Ricky is. Y'all don't know who Ricky is. She's like, oh yeah, because Ricky. Y'all don't know who Ricky. But maybe in the comeback video she'll explain.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's gonna say.
I'll definitely give pieces, but yeah, like I'm gonna figure it out as I go, because honestly, I'm a little bit nervous to come back too, because it's kind of like a rebrand, but I really don't know what I'm rebranding to. So that makes it a little difficult too, because I'm really trying to find my footing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring it back to the basics. So boom, we started here with Hood Chronicles, and this can be my live, basics. And I'ma just like start including out of everything that I be doing. Like, if I want to go live and read tarot, I will. If I want to record a tarot video, I will. It'll probably be a lot of vlogging, but just updated style for me, because I ain't running the streets like that. So, some things will be interesting. Some will be just me, doing what I do at home. Whatever that might be, I'm just trying to figure out my footing. So I think that I'll figure it out as I go. And then we'll see what works and what does not work. And then I will give myself some time, and I'm going to decide, because, child, I ain't going to lie, y'all, I really am getting to the point. That's why I'm going to try YouTube again. I'm going to say I was getting to the point where I was like, yeah, this content shit, I'm done.
Viewership, we need to have a discussion with being an influencer, a content creator, a creative, and the burnout associated with such.
Yeah.
That might be a whole discussion too, because it's not that Bella, I mean, I'm going to speak for Bella right now. Sorry. It's not that Bella doesn't enjoy being on YouTube, doesn't enjoy the viewership. Y'all were her first.
Yeah.
Out of all these social media, y'all really took her to the next level before any of these platforms. I think that y'all should know that she's not gone because, oh, she just wants to run to these other spots. But there is a burnout that can happen when you put so much time and effort into something
Mhm.
and it may not be yielding um what you deserve completely. So it's a lot to try to manage that, but I'm sure Bella will get into the whole breakdown. Trust me, she misses y'all
I
a
do
lot.
doing it. Like I was watching Arnell Armand's vlog the other day, and it really made me miss like doing vlogs. But I did realize that I started overthinking a lot of things. Because I'm like, I'm not this aesthetic kind of girly, I'm very random, a little chaotic. Um, like it just doesn't give what this aesthetic of everybody's is doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going to get lip fillers and shit, and I'm not going to do this and do that, and and being able to film that to show that. And so, a lot of times people romanticize that type of stuff. So when you're just doing regular things like, okay, like I got this thing to do. I need to go shop for this thing, or I'm going to Target or whatever. It don't seem like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, old school YouTubers, like, baby, you be tired because all these years before it was even popular to do this, and you've been doing it just for the fun of it, and then it gets to a point to where like, oh, I can make a little money from it, and then it gets oversaturated because people hear about that, and then you watch people that just come and then they like surpass you because either they're able to keep up with all of the trends, or they're younger, or they, just whatever that might be. They may be able to do this full time because they don't have to work no other job, like they don't got to work no other job. They don't got to do shit else because they got a man, or they still live with their daddy or their mamas, whatever the situation is. They don't have kids, whatever. And it makes it a lot harder on you when you just like, I'm really just trying to survive. Like this is real life, like for me. So I don't know, you get lost in the sauce, and then you just like, okay, my background don't look like this, or my house don't look like this, or you know what I'm saying? Like you get all caught up in that shit, and then it burns you out. It really does. I figured out that comparison is the thief of joy, but also too, the algorithm and these platforms are also the thief of joy, because when you sit there and you do something like Vlogmas and you post every day and you literally grow none after posting consistently for 30 days, you will want to give up. Like it's just natural. It's just a natural emotion. It's a natural feeling, because people don't realize that 2 hours of vlog footage could take you 10 hours to edit.
How many hours to shoot?
All these days to shoot, you done shot over the whole week. So it's like I'm giving you a 2 hour vlog. I done did all this. It's so much to upload. It's so much to copyright. It's so much that goes into this that people just do not know. And then you put it up, boom, 50 views and 2 likes. It's like you want to feel like I'm not doing it because at least those 50 people watched, right? But in the same grand scheme of things, I can't survive off of 50 views. So it gets you to a discouraging point to where it's like, okay, I'll just post just to post, but I'm rarely going to post because I have to do other things to bring in money. So you get burnt out. When in our actuality, if you was able to bring in money with this, then you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be as much of a burnout, because it's like, okay, this is my job. So I can take breaks here and there when I'm starting to feel burnt out, but at least I know I'm bringing in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's no motivation to it when you like, this already takes me literal 10 hours of time and I made nothing. That's like going to a job for 10 hours and they be like, oh, we can't pay you for the day.
Right.
You feel defeated because you're like, this was 10 hours of my time. Like, and at the end of the day, the light bill's still coming, the rent's still coming, all of that is still coming. But I'm going to try this one more time.
Once more.
Even if it just means that I'm going to post at least something, a vlog or something once a week. I'm gonna aim to do something twice a week on YouTube, even if that includes a live and then a posting. But I'm gonna aim to do something twice a week to show up on YouTube, and we will see if I can win against the algorithm because it's killing me right now.
And I think all fans, including myself, because I think I forget, but all fans, we and supporters and lovers of Bella on YouTube, let's understand, because I think, we have to understand that we have to share. We have to share, because the more that we share Bella's videos, the more we like, the more we comment, the more the algorithm will understand, oh, this is something people are interested in. And then the more this happens, Bella can devote more time to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you like it, you gotta comment, you gotta share, you gotta like, it'll do so much more for her, because at the end of the day, she's independent. A lot of people, what y'all don't know on YouTube is they're with PR agencies. So a lot of these people, even though it seems like, this is just something that they're doing on their own, they're working with different PR companies to get themselves in algorithms and things like that. And Bella's completely independent. So we are her PR company. We are her managers. We are her everything. We are her street team. Like us. And when I say we, I mean the viewership. We have to help her get to that point, because she can't do it by herself. She's already editing everything, coming up with all the content, managing herself, doing all these things on her own. So let's do what we can to support her, because she is ready to come back. And let me tell you, out of all the social media platforms, YouTube requires the most time.
And yes, YouTube requires a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie, them TikTok videos and stuff, depending on honestly, if I just stuck to what TikTok wants me to do, which is be a clown on the internet, it wouldn't take that much, because a lot of times it's just keeping up with trends, responding, having points to make. That's what TikTok really wants from me. So I'm probably going to be doing that over there from now on. I probably won't be posting much of it just depends on how things go. But like edited down content, even a 1 minute video on Instagram or YouTube can literally take me 2 hours to edit down a video that I need to fit in 1 minute, because I've had to record 30 minutes of content to be able to break it down to get it into the 1 minute. So it is a lot. It can be a lot of work. And I ain't complaining at all, because I enjoy it. But I'm not gonna lie, it's more enjoyable when you can see your supporters actually there, like commenting, liking, letting you know that, okay, yeah, keep doing this. Because that's really what it is. It's just validation to say keep going so that you can get better. And I'm not gonna lie, it also does show companies too that, you know, that people like you. Because right now, to be honest, so we can end this, another very discouraging thing is that these companies, they approach you, and when you may not have the numbers that they want, or blah blah blah, they see some sort of value in you because they're approaching you, right? But they don't want to pay you. So they're like, oh, I can send you this shirt, I can send you this, like, you want me to continuously work for hours, because it'll take me an hour to do your video that you want me to do, and then another 3 hours to edit it. And you literally want to just say, oh, I'll send you the product. We can't eat product and live off product. Like, I can't do that. So it's like, sometimes that's okay when you just getting started, but after you've been doing this so long, it's like, come on now. Like, y'all see value in me because you approaching me. So you mean to tell me you can't offer me $50? When I know y'all paying, certain influencers $10,000 for one video. And I'm friends with some big influencers, so I know the money that's being made. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know the numbers I'm calling out ain't bullshit. I mean, like, $10,000 campaign for maybe the course of 6 months, 1 to 2 videos per month. and you got paid $10,000 to do that because of, you know, the numbers and the engagement or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, apparently you seen some value in little old me too, because you approach me to do the same product, but you want to pay me nothing. That's discouraging. And, you know, I said all that to say that that's discouraging too. When you're getting hundreds of emails, I get hundreds of emails. And everybody, baby, I can't ambassador the electricity bill. I'm sorry. So if your product ain't gonna bring no value to me at all, like, that time is really money for real. So yeah, like, with that being said, it can get very frustrating, very discouraging. Just giving y'all some of the things. I'm giving y'all a little preview of some of the things I talk about in my welcome back. But yeah, that's one of the things that will definitely run you off of this and say, I gotta go make some money elsewhere. I can't spend all my time. Because I have so much content in my phone. Because it's, you know, to be out and, you know, whatever. The editing, I don't have the time for it when I gotta make money and pick up a kid and do this and do that. And then when you're gonna upload on YouTube, you gotta pass copyright checks. Sometimes it don't pass, so you have to take it down and you gotta put it back. Like, it's some work. It's definitely some work. So yeah, I hope you guys understand. But I do want to be back on YouTube. I miss it a lot. I didn't mean to abandon it. It just became too much work and not enough return.
That is true. Well, viewership, you got the sneak peek. Remember, comment, like, subscribe. Tell Bella what you want to see more of. She is definitely down to give you what you want. Please share, share, share.
But yeah, I feel like we could end Hood Chronicles for the night. Y'all, thank you for bearing with us while we trying to get our format right. Y'all are part of the beta testing crew. Beta testing. So yeah, what we gonna do and how we gonna do it. So I'm just glad that some of y'all are still here and that you're willing to be here. I appreciate all of the loves, the likes, the comments, the gifts, the whatever y'all do. I appreciate it so much. It never goes unnoticed. I promise. Even the emails that's like, where you at? Or people finding me on TikTok like, I've been looking for you. Where are you? All of that matters. And y'all done made me feel like shit. So I gotta get back to YouTube. I gotta get back to YouTube. Because, baby, one thing about it, two things for sure. Them YouTube followers, I'll break it down for you. Them TikTok followers, they fly by night. Okay? But you will get them quick, but then they be kind of scattering, going and coming back, going to come back, going to coming back. Then you got your good, nice set fan base that will be there. And then Instagram, kind of on the same type of vibe, but I feel like a little more loyalty. But see, YouTube, they be rolling. It just be the algorithm that fights you over here, for sure. And I ain't gonna lie, TikTok algorithm kicking my ass right now. It is beating my ass to the ground. I have 80,000 followers on TikTok, and my videos are getting 200 views. Where does that make sense? Does not make sense. That algorithm is whooping my ass. I'm not even gonna lie. And I post that same video on Instagram, which is one of the hardest fan bases to grow. So on Instagram, I got like 8,000, like 8,500, something like that. But I will get thousands of views on Instagram. That's crazy. So that tells you right now that TikTok, yeah, that algorithm be whooping your ass. I don't know, chat. I don't know. But yeah.
All right, y'all. I gotta call my man.
Ooh, I gotta call mine too. I love you.
Love y'all. Bye, y'all.
See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.